This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, coming to you from one of the most famous golf courses in the world, the Stadium Course at TPC Sawgrass. And Frank, not only does this belong to the best players in the world, but really to any player who wants to tee it up.
That's exactly right, Rich. It's open to the public, but that was also one of the directives when they first built this golf course. First of all, to host a championship, but then allow the fans of the game, people out there watching right now, to be able to go and play that very golf course. And they've succeeded.
Starting the round here at the TPC Sawgrass, the first hole, 423-yard par 4. And Frank, it's actually a mirror image of the 10th hole. So what's the strategy as players get started?
Ideally, you want to keep it down the left, but that bunker all the way in the distance does come into play for the longer hitters. For a lot of players, just simply a 3-wood down there, you're only going to have a short iron in. And this green is sort of an irregular shaped green, and it sort of slopes left to right. So ideally, if you can, you keep your tee shot down the right side of this fairway.
Frank, the approach shot here at the par 4 first, what's the right way to attack?
The much easier flag is down that right side because you can run that ball with the slope to that low side. Tough flag on the left.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Still even par for the day. How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Second shot.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to beat in the rough. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Third shot coming up at this par 5. Still a good chance to make birdie.
Yeah, just make sure you have the right number and the right club.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. One under early in the round. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
A big ridge in the middle of this green. Really, you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That's well played, and now a good look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Wow, I thought that was in. Lining this one up for par. Did the job right there. Frank, how difficult is it to access the hole location if you miss the fairway here at 4?
Well, if you miss it left, I've got to say the lesser of two evils is to be in the bunker on the right. This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank here at the 4th, not a long shot, but it can be tricky.
If you get a little ambitious when that flag's on the left side, you can spin it all the way back into the lake.
Inside 20 feet, never bad.
Yeah, 18 feet to be exact.
Settles in over the putt.
Well, the 4th hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, the golf course toughens up right here at the long par 4 5th.
Yeah, when you play it off the back tee, 470 yards, it's nearly 320 yards to that last bunker down the left side. That really has to be in the back of your mind. The ideal tee shot, little left to right.
That's a bit offline in the rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now.
Even par currently.
Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
So a drop shot right there, and now at 1 over par for the day. Frank, what are the players facing here at the 6th 393-yard par 4?
Ideally, you just want to hit that ball about 250 yards. It's going to leave you a shot of sort of 140 yards in. Then the green looks quite big because you're far enough back that those palm trees don't become a problem.
nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, how do you size up the approach shot now at the 6th?
Ideally, you'd want to have a good yardage in here, something where you can hit a nice high lofted short iron to make sure that you don't mess with those palm trees.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
third shot, looking for a good one. So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Locked in on the read and the speed. So close. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. So 2 over par for the round. Seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those 3 little pop bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. The bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee.
Frank, it's a nice walk to make down the fairway when you can see your golf ball right there in the middle.
Rich, there's an old saying, fairway first. There's another example. Hit it in the fairway, and the game becomes very straightforward.
Just a beautiful tee shot.
Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. You'll need to be strong with this. Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot. It's that sneaky distance.
Well, you could see he's just disgusted with that effort. Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Not his best effort right there. That's a bogey, and now 3 over. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. These